the next speaker for the day. So the company that he manages specializes in producing catheters, so urinary Foley catheters, and I have personally see this company grow, and they have years of manufacturing experience, and on top of that, setting up clean rooms or maintaining the GMP compliance and product inspections in the medtech or in the medical devices or in medical manufacturing. So he has got immense knowledge. The knowledge came out of experience. So, with no further delay, let me call on Harish, the managing director of Medvis, to join Uncamp. And thank you, Harish, for accepting the invite for the maiden Uncamp and joining us here. And we're all here to hear your speech.
Thank you, Navinana, as how you have I addressed you for years now. So thanks for inviting me on the Uncamp event, and this being the first public event, a speech or whatever the appearance of mine into the social media as a businessman. So I would just start with where Mr. Srinivas has already touched a few points upon. And I would like to start with a very small scenario uh, where there was an inquisitive kid of a mother who was a diabetic for almost like 15 years. And there were lots of measures taken, and he couldn't actually address the issue of her being suffering from diabetes. And there was lots of doses of insulin tried by the doctors, and that was in vain. So that is when this inquisitive kid was reading about genomics and something called as the convergence and the medical device in the pharma industry. And when he went forward and asked the doctor, and there was a solution there, talking about something called as the insulin pump, which actually attaches to the drug delivery system, like a transdermal patch that will be attached in the body so that it will pump in the insulin whenever it is needed, and that increase the lifestyle, that improve the lifestyle of his mom. And the mom is none other than my mom, and the kid is me. So that is how I learned everything. So I would say that even the business which I'm doing, that is, we manufacture Foley catheters. It is a urinary device, and I would say that it is not a new device or a novel product, and it has been there for almost 100 years now. So why I am here to say something and to talk something which can add value to this to you all who's listening to me is that I would say with the example which I have already given, the drug is the same, the insulin. But where did the value come from? It is from the convergence. So I would always call for startups who actually try to bring new products into the market to look at it like this. So convergence is going to be the future. So I would also give few examples from whatever is available in the market, which you might have heard. So take for example, there are implantable wafers which releases a chemo agent to a specific site. So imagine a patient who is undergoing a chemotherapy, what the pain he undergoes, but targeting a specific site, giving it in a patch, the quality of the patient and the treatment also will increase. So these are the few points which I've already, which Srinivasan sir touched upon on the convergence part. Apart from the pharma and engineering industries to witness, there are other multidisciplinary combinations that are going to be possible, which I'm going to talk about from the manufacturer's point of view. See, starting a business and running is actually a challenge when it comes to a medical device in the real time. So where you would face the challenges is, for example, if a device is a class 2 device or a class 3 device, it is going to be a high risk product. So where you need a lot of compliances to be addressed. So you will actually have consultants apart, and different consultants will have different viewpoints. And if you're working on a single device, on a single product, and you might even lose the interest of doing it when you actually compare with the efforts which you are needing to put in. So what I would always advise startups is to look for convergence and collaborations with already established companies. They might have not been a technical company, but they might be in the medical device industry. I would call myself as one of them. So, for example, as Naveen has introduced me with a person who's having a vast experience in clean room and the compliance part. So, I would call for startups so that I would say them we can actually work upon creating co-working spaces in the medical front, like coming up with clean room complexes where you can have your assembly line, where you can develop your product, so that you can commercialize on your own. Where I can take care of the compliance part and I can share the knowledge which I have to you. So this is what I had to say to you. So and I would say that success will only depend upon the level and the intensity of participations of all the counterparts and all the at all levels in the medical front. So that is it. Naveen, I think I'm done here.
That's an explosive finish, I would say. And I would personally like to wish you all success in your dream of setting up the clean rooms across the world, and letting them out as co-working spaces for what we have now. So co-working clean rooms concept.
And clean room would be only one of the part which I have touched upon because I'm already doing it. And there are lots of avenues. For example, if a company which is making a medical device, it would actually require a microbiological lab of its own. But I would also call for the policymakers' attention through UNCAM. If possible, you might also have to include those people in future UNCAM sessions so that we from the industry side, we will be able to tell whatever challenges we face in terms of policies, which have been like in history, which has not been reviewed at all. So that has to be changed, and I think that UNCAM will bring the change.
Oh, thank you for the belief. And yeah, when we come together, it's always good for the ecosystem. So together, we will make the change happen. And yeah, you are at the right place, and we are at the right place, I presume. And like Bobby said, this is the right time for the life sciences industry to evolve. Thank you, Harish, and for the uh, insightful session. And stay on with us, please. Thank you.
Thank you.